Do you feel safe? If I ask you that question, with all that's going on in this world, a pandemic, racial unrest, political unrest, do you feel safe? A lot of us, if we're honest, we probably don't feel safe right now. Today we're going to start a new series, and we're going to look at just one person's life. Throughout the entire series, one person's life, and that person is Jesus. So most of us think we know a lot about Jesus, but Jesus was not destined for success. He wasn't destined for success. If you look at his story, he was born in a small town to a peasant mother. He never traveled more than 200 miles from his hometown. In fact, he was executed at just a young age of 33. But Jesus is the central figure in all of the world. Don't believe me? Well, I did a little Google search this week. If you Google current president Donald Trump's name, comes up with 786 million hits. If you Google President-elect Joe Biden's name, 447 million hits. If you want to go into pop culture, I Googled Lady Gaga. She came up with 194 million hits. But if you Google the name of Jesus, 1.1 billion hits. Jesus is the most popular, most central figure in all of the world. But who is Jesus? Really? Who is he? Most of us, if we're honest, don't really know as much as we claim to know about him. We have this mindset that he was tall, dark, and handsome. Well, 1 out of 3 ain't bad. He was a Middle Eastern Jew, so he was dark-colored skin. Certainly, as a Middle Eastern Jew, was not tall, probably well below 6 feet tall. And the Bible tells us that there's nothing about him to make him appear handsome. So Jesus was not tall, dark, and handsome. He was dark, but short, and probably not all that good looking. See, those pictures that we see of Jesus with the sandy brown hair, looking great, tall, that doesn't really represent who Jesus really was. And when we look at the story of Jesus, there are 4 biographies of Jesus. You have the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And of those 4, 3 of them, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, all cover roughly the same material, the same stories, often even the same language. But we're going to focus on John's biography in this series. So let me ask the question, who was John? See, John was a follower of Jesus, one of his 12 trusted disciples. By trade, he was a fisherman. And by all accounts, John was a work in progress. He and his brother were actually given the name the Sons of Thunder because they had attitudes, they had tempers, and they used language that we wouldn't generally use. He was a work in progress, but John was one of Jesus' closest disciples. In fact, so close that John was the only disciple who witnessed Jesus' execution. And in fact, Jesus asked John to take care of Jesus' mother, Mary. Not his brothers, but John was asked to care for Mary. And he was also the oldest living disciple. So he had that history, had seen what everyone else had written about Jesus. So when he writes his gospel, it's different. And that's why we're going to focus on John's gospel, because of how different it is from the others. In fact, 90% of what's in John's biography is found nowhere else in the Bible. So we're going to look at those stories. We're going to walk through the stories that are only found in his biography. And it's truly the untold story. We're going to walk through each of those throughout the series. But the main reason why John writes his book, the one major reason is that people would believe in Jesus. And that when they have that belief in Jesus, that they would experience a changed life. I asked you whether you felt safe. This is not a safe book. This will not be a safe series. It is not a safe story. Because Jesus wasn't safe. But when you commit your life to Him, that safety will come in the relationship you have. I hope that you will journey with us throughout this series. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, click below. You can also comment below. Subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell so you'll know whenever we post a new video. Again, hope it was an encouragement, and welcome home.